this is, I literally just was watching some videos, smoke a little bit, just relaxing. Like, okay, I'm just chilling, relaxing, enjoying the start of the Sunday. And something popped up on my feed where it was like, for years, these people have been um, ruling the planet, this country or so and so for all these years. And let me tell you how they've been doing it with magic. And I was like, I literally was just like, I just started laughing. And I was just like, I've seen this in my dream. I've been seeing this in my dream for years. I've been fighting this in my dream for years. And I was just crying because I'm just like, damn, like, because sometimes I be doubting my own power, like my own gifts, my own talents, my own capabilities, um, and things of that sort. Because I feel like I'm the only one that recognizes it. I'm the only one that acknowledges it, or whatever, or that's privy to it. And I don't really talk about my dreams on here. Maybe I should. I have been saying for some years now, since my podcast, probably like 2, 3 years ago, that my dreams have been getting crowded. More people are getting into the dream world, and that's how we connect. It's the truth. I literally say it's called a dream world for a reason, because it's just another fucking world. But no, but also, and so I was just there like, oh my god, I've seen this. I've seen so many dreams like this in so many ways, and um, I've seen so many dreams where I'm going down and under schools. There's like, what is it called? It's like the little thing where it looks almost like this, but it's multiple different rings, and it's like something inside of it. It's like Oscar Baki or something. I don't remember. Um, and I'm not wearing pants, and I'm not gonna get up and it doesn't matter. It's something like that, and I've seen it in the school, and it's essentially energy, in itself, the source of energy, almost like the fate timelines. It's like it's a surge of like what is and isn't here in the beginning, all of that, but under schools, where kids are, and it's like in the school, it's just dysfunction, it's chaos. And typically, I have mentions on my dreams that I talk about, but it's just I've seen that. I've seen warehouses ran by vampires, which is essentially sucking out the energy, sucking out people's blood, time, and consumption, but on a high manufacture level. I've been like just talking about shit for years, and he was just like, "I'm gonna recognize how we're doing magically," and I was like, "Yes, they were doing it magically. You cannot live in this world, in this energy, in this time frame, and not recognize that people are doing shit on a magical level." Whether you want to call it science, whether you want to call it spirituality, whether you want to call it religion, whether you want to call it, it's you are working with something that is always going to be more than yourself when you're living in this world. And so just seeing that, and I was like, oh my God, I've seen this in my dreams. I had dreams where I recorded it and I wrote about it. Like, and it's crazy because I sometimes like question, and sometimes my own gifts like say, like, is that really? And but I've been leaning more into it, like within the past year and a half, just really like leaning into my gifts, really leaning into what it all means for me to be myself authentically, to love myself, to cherish those moments and things. And so, even recently, I had a dream about my cousin. And I be having dreams about family, but I'm like, oh no, maybe I shouldn't text them, like, because we don't talk and have a relationship like that. Like, we talk every now and again if we can, but we don't even talk every now and again. They already got my phone, like, I ain't got time. But whatever, move back. But I don't want to say always. I used to try to like, let me message them, let me let them know, but it would only be with people that like I feel like I could establish a little bit more strong relationship with. But recently, I had a dream about my cousin, And I'm not gonna get into the dream because it ain't my business to share. I share. I never. I share. Um, and so I had a dream, and I just was. It was like, okay, spirit is like, just taste them. Tell them. Tell them exactly like, hey, you was on my mind, and I had a dream. And so I was just like, hey, yo, you on mine? I had a dream about that you good. Like, this is one of the different rooms. Like, we checking on each other. Hey, I love you. But you good? You safe? Checking up. You know, like, it's one of those. And she was just like, oh my God, you have no idea what you have confirmed for me. I know exactly what you're talking about. Because afterwards, after I had texted her, excuse me, I'm skipping the story. Thank you, Ashe. Skipping parts of the story. After I texted her, she was like, I hope it was a good dream. Because I also texted her, like, I hope that you, and she was like, yeah, I'm doing good today. She was like, and I just let her know exactly what the good dream was. I said it was more of an enlightening dream until I just described the dream, what was going on, the energy, what happened. She was like, you just have no idea. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what I need to do. Thank you. Like, it was just like, and imagine me isn't just getting this feeling of wanting to mention my like, but it is confirmed and allowed them to know exactly what needs to be done. And I know she really took it because it's like, we ain't seen each other since December. And not like this recent December, like a year ago December. We recently connected that December. And like I said, we talk every now and again, just more of a checkup. But not like so the fact that she's like, I know it, like, yeah. And so the fact that it's just like, damn, it's spirit just be like, here, just extra on, you know what you're talking about. You know exactly what you're talking about. It reminds me of the time when I was talking to an old friend, and they were just like, yeah, there's this thing where it's just like you don't tell people in your dream that you're dreaming, that this is a dream. And I never thought of that. I was like, I never thought about that because I always assume that everybody that's there, obviously, they're just like, just it's weird energy just to be there, to feel it. But for me, for the most part, my dreams are full of people that are actually real because, like I said, I've been saying recently, like the dreams are getting more full. My dreams are getting a lot more crowded. And I've always been psycho, always been able to listen, like they're getting a lot more crowded. Always been in touch in the tune. That is, I would say, dream, which is there, is this like that way. Has always been something that like I'm like that shit. I've been good at since the beginning. um, but it is that thought just had me crying. Cause I'm just like, oh my God, I know exactly. I've been there. I've sat in on conversations and then things happen and play out exactly how it is. I've seen natural disasters, world disasters happen the exact same way, in the exact same place it happens in my dream. In the exact, and it's just like, I would like, let me book like this. Because I know the fuck, like, let me book like I've seen this in a dream and now it's happening. And it means months or years later. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like I told the story a lot, like the time that I had a dream with my cousin. I was like, she was describing a dream when no, not a dream, she's describing her school and where she was having a conversation at with this little boy that she called the devil. She was like, no, they be knowing, them spirits be knowing, and spirits that they can get in, they be knowing. And I was like, I know. And then as she was describing them also, I'm like, is this your library like this? And it's like this. And I was like, it's a computer room. She was like, yeah, but there's no computers. I was like, I know, it's just tables that you use for space. She was like, yeah, because they removed the computers. I was like, yeah, they removed them recently, probably like a month. And I was just, it was a conversation that I was having where like I had been there because I had been there. And I was like, yeah, it was a red alert or a red alarm. And she had recently had some, and she's with this. So it was just like, it calls into play a lot of things. And I'm just like, holy shit. So I really can learn like sometimes when you're down on yourself, sometimes when you were down on yourself, even like I said, I had this part since I was young. I could call shit out. I could like dream about it, and then it just like, what the fuck? Okay, she did. Okay, all right. I literally knew my sister's pregnant. I had a dream she was pregnant. She took a drug test when she was pregnant. Hey, I had a dream about this. That's something like, when I was like, that's one thing. So it's like, I say this to like, even gifts that you know you're good at, every now and again, like, sometimes like, question or something coming like, am I? Is it? But no. And sometimes I think it's because I don't speak on it in a way that other people speak about it. Like they be, had a dream about this, here it goes to channel. Let's just let me go ahead and let me go ahead and get it out. And so sometimes we're like, damn, no, but it's like I'm always getting reassured, always getting confirmed, whether that's good or bad things happening in the world. Because I'm just like, okay. Because when I had that dream where I told the people in my dream, absolutely I did. You think I'm not going to tell people in my dream that I'm dreaming? Somebody tell me I can't do something, I'm going to absolutely do it. When I did that, they started freaking out. When people started attacking themselves, and there was a lot of chaos and energy going around. And they kind of tried to attack me, but as soon as they started attacking each other, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, all right. My team came and said, let's go. I'm like, okay. And then boom, they started fighting. It was like a big pile. It was like almost cartoonish. It was just a pile of people just fighting each other, angry and irritated with each other. And the reality, and it was in like an office type setting. And I just sit there like, hey, you know this is a dream, right? You know we're dreaming. We in the dream world. And it just snapped. And then as soon as they just like, no, and I got to the elevator. And when I got to the elevator, they pressed the button. They was like, they're not ready for that yet. They're not ready for that yet. Not at all. And it was like two aunties got me. I'm like, okay, my bad, my bad. And those are my aunties. They be popping up every now and again, like, hey, look up, like, I like them. I like them so much. But it's just like, all right, and they pressed the button. We went down. And I was like, oh, okay, we going down, which means we pressed number 5. And we was on the 7th floor and pressed the number 5 to go down. It was like, yeah, go work with them, Ronak. And I hate seeing people in my dream that I don't enjoy. They was like, deal with these people for right now. They okay with halfway substance. Because it was almost like they was like, here, go in timeout, just not right now. And it took me to like this club where Drake was there, and I do not fuck with Drake. I don't nothing listen to Drake. I ain't got no Drake on my playlist. I could care less for that man before that man was not even cared less for the wide scale. Yeah, okay. And he was there, and it was like this look. As soon as he looked at me, he was like irritated that I was there. Because I still had a mission to do. They was like, deal with them. It's time for you to deal with them, not with them right now. Not with them right now. And it was like, okay. All right. Here we are. But I say all this to say, like I was just crying, and I had to, I was like, I have to share this because sometimes in those moments I'm like, what the fuck? And then it just happens like I have dreams about this. Or somebody else that I also follows also like they patterns are coming out. We be having the same things. I'm like, you mean you be dreaming about the same shit or thinking about the same or saying the same shit? And it's just like, yeah. I love it because it's like it's a dream world. I've been saying it for years. That's why I feel like everybody can dream. Everybody can dream. Everybody can. Like I feel like you not remembering your dream is different than you not having a dream. Completely different. Completely different. Just because you don't remember doesn't mean that you don't dream. So I'm like, damn, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. You know you have breakfast stuff. So for me, I feel like everybody can dream. Everybody can do what the fuck they need to do. Man, that's why people be making them little memes and stuff like, oh my goodness, I had a dream and and then waking up being angry because it's just like it's a dream world. I feel like we're all connected. in that sense. And some people, like, I seen my dream last night. I'm like, I was on a mission. I was doing shit. Mhm. Hey, hey. But dreams also tell you how people act and react in real life and how that works and operates. Also, when you get real connected with your animals, you see animals in your dream. Animals are what my animals my dream, my little beauty babies. Um, yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. That really, it just, sometimes every now and again, it just is really good to be like snap back into your own reality of recognizing your own power. And so many people, I've told some people stuff, I'm like, yeah, I didn't dream. I'm like, if you say it in a dream, I believe it. I'm like, okay. Because it's the truth. Anytime I dream about something, whether, no matter what it's about, it has come into fruition. As I say that the Empress caught her with the chariot on the other side. Hmm. That's why you'll see people trying to sneak in and do. I would love to do a dream course. Like, that is some shit I would love to do. I would have to set that up and get real into that. I think I might do that, a dream course, because, baby, once you tap into that energy, once you tap into that way of doing things, once you tap into that setting, yeah, we got the Empress with the Ten of Wands on reverse. This is essentially just my daily reading. I guess I'm doing it on here. It helps me. It really does help me release burdens, extra burdens on my body and my mind. Mm, I love this for me. I love this for me. And Knight of Cups, Piscean energy. Taking that extra step, that extra care. And it's crazy sometimes gifts that are born out of that energy, Scorpio energy, Ashe. The Seven of Wands. Um, it's crazy how things sometimes are born out of trying to escape and really just pull you deeper into what's for you, essentially. You know, like, it's this energy where I originally just wanted to just sleep life away. Like, because I started this gift when I was young. Like, this gift was already here when I was young, but then when I started doing it intentionally, it was a way to want to sleep life away. Hilarious, King of Swords, and why? Because I say this, I wanted to just sleep it away. I wanted to just be like, I don't want to be here. Because I didn't want to be here. I was doing a lot of things, especially with Ten of Wands coming up in reverse. I was doing a lot of things to my body. You know, I talk about it on here. Probably haven't talked about it a while, but deal with depression, self mutilation, self suicidal ideation thoughts. I've dealt with that. That, yes, locked up for it and everything, like, dealt with that. And it's like in this sense of recognizing, because I felt like I was a burden. My energy was too much of a burden because of the surroundings I was around and grew up in and was raised in. And so that caused a lot of mental ooh, I know what I'm trying to say and I'm seeing it. Strain on my mental. It was quite strenuous. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. But it was a strain on my mental in a lot of ways. And so a weight on my body. And so the best way to not have a weight on my brain or my body was to sleep. And I would start, because for me, I feel like lucid dreaming starts when you are kind of daydreaming, like thinking if your creativity can create scenarios and images and smells and textures and details and all these things, that's how I used to just start. Plus, I used to read a lot, so obviously my imagination was like up the wazoo, and grew up with siblings, and we had our own imagination and shit like that. I'm gonna take a shot, I say. And we had our like it just was bound to happen. I would want to air, I mean, outside and inside, having video games and the outside of like, don't come in, drink from the hose, okay? I had a little bit of both, a little bit of everything. I say so. It's this energy of like I was using it because I'll talk about on here as well. My life was not grandiose. It wasn't, the best in all of ways. It was a lot more about survival than actually being able to truly thrive in ways that were authentic to self and to me. This came out again on the bottle. I say. Um, and so I just, it was this realization. I was like, okay, I'm just sleep. I'm gonna create different lives. There were scenarios, things working out, me meeting this person. Because I always included, it was like almost an alter ego. I was creating an alter energy. But that allowed me to tap into or receive more messages in my dreams and understandings. Oh my God. I do what I was disturbing my sleep or record while I was sleeping because sometimes I would be in like a deep sleep and it was like almost a crazy trance. But anyway, I went. But I remember sleeping and my mom trying to wake me up or something, and I pushed her away like, oh, like no. Which is somebody so hilarious or somebody at that time that was literally harming themselves at the time, like didn't want to be here, taking multiple pills, not mean around, like just not wanting to be here, not taking care of stuff. I pushed my mom away, and then later on, she told me she was like, "Girl, what?" And I was like, "I thought you were an angel." She was like, "Why would you push me away if you thought I was an angel?" And I immediately thought of the angel of death, and so that's so hilarious to me, especially thinking about who Monterey Generation is. Like, oh my gosh, that is fucking hilarious. We been like this for forever. Um, I say, it's this thought. I was like, I literally thought of like the angel of death, and she's like, why would I be the angel of death? Like, why would what? And so it's this hilarious energy of that was almost like a reference for our relationship later on in life. It was like I treated my mother almost essentially like an angel. Like, okay, I'm very like, okay, I'm going to forgive. Like, you didn't, you did or you didn't know. It was just a lot of forgiving nature that I gave. But then I realized, like, no. The change that happens around you is not something I want to partake in. Because anytime something changes around you, it's never for a betterment or good. It's not a good death I want to be around. And so, in that instance, it's kind of like, no. But also with the angel of death, it is this knowing energy. My mom has a guru, like that's like I know I get this power from my mom's side. Like the way like that woman can come up and create things and set things up and oh my god, I just want to say this shit. Oh my goodness. Come up with things and all that sort. It's this working out like she can come out of her body like she okay. So I almost give credit where credit is due. That's why I was like, it's like, but I don't like the death that comes with you because the power of that is almost like hilarious the death card, but like this unshadowed work Scorpio energy. I wonder if she got any Scorpio. She definitely got to have some Scorpio placements, but it's this like unrecognizing of power or denying of power because when that happened to her, she was like, "No, I don't want to experience that," or "No, I don't want to see my dear mom." Or no, it's like she is a medium because we used to have a lot of crazy shit happen to us around us. Like I know this, I know this one of y'all energy in this house because it ain't mine. I'm just kidding, but I feel like she's definitely medium. Like she can communicate with the dead. I definitely feel like the way that Yeah, yeah. Like I that ain't my story to tell, but yeah, like power in that right there. And so it's this energy of like, but when it's unhoned in power, it can be used as something, and that kind of brings a reference back to my story about myself, where it's like before we're using it as an escape, something to get away from, something to be like, I don't want to be here. Like this is not what I want to be around. But then when I shifted that, I know I got Scorpions into owning my power, not allowing it to be something that's an escape, but an enhancement, a growth pattern. It allowed me to recognize because I was able to read in my dreams from a very young age. And typically, they're like, you can't read in your dreams. Is just like, but if you read, you're going to see words. You're going to, it's just a matter of what are you doing in your everyday life? What is it setting up for you in your everyday life, in the everyday energy that you are cultivating? Mm. It was like a knock and an extra echo in my ear, not an actual knock on the door. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Um, and holding in on it, on being a little out, on being a little crazy, on being a lot of out there. It's like people are so cool with referencing other powers and mythical energies and all this stuff. We're not recognizing the people that possibly created that mind, that energy, that story can also experience that too. What do they say? Truth is stranger than fiction, because it's the truth. It's like it only has to rely on itself. And so once I start realizing like I'm pulling this from somewhere, I'm pulling these ideas, but expanding on these ideas, pushing these ideas, enhancing them, and creating something more and different. And so if I can tap into that truth in this world, imagine what I can do. Because y'all was like the like dreams were like one day, one moment you're running on a car or a train and you slip and slide and you're going to a pool and then the pool opens up into a crater. It's just like, okay, all right, let's break that down though. Because I feel like once you start getting into your dreams, they won't be moving as quickly and you feel like you can't keep up with it. It can still be the train sliding into the pool into a crater, but you won't be going through the dream almost like a Vine video. And you will start taking it at its time, actually like it's a day, actually like it's a world, actually like it's something that you're doing, not that you're just experiencing from the outside. You are experiencing it because it's yours, it's your mind, it's your dreams, your energy. Dreams are still something that they're still trying to understand how it works, how it operates, and how it functions. Our mind is still something they're trying to figure out how it functions. People forgetting their memories, human combustion, like so many things that our brains can do, our energy can do. And it's like, don't limit thyself when thyself is limitless. You know what I'm saying? So when I recognize that and spring bomb back and I'm tapping into it more, waking up, let me just go ahead and record it if I can't write it down, or drawing it if I can't remember. Like it pulls into a higher sense of self, higher recognition of self, and not using your power, your gifts as an escape. And obviously I'm saying it to myself because it's about myself, but if you recognize, I talk to myself in the third person too. So there's that. What is this energy of like giving to myself and not allowing me and my energy to be a burden and an enhancement? So yeah, spirit took me. It was like, damn. I was like, damn. I've been seeing this. I've been working on this. I've been. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Being a master, or not even a master, being a nurturer of this world allows you to nurture others. I've seen my dreams that, and I mean, seen later on in life, like, oh my God, you were in my dream, but I'm just not meeting you, just not getting to know you, just not seeing you. It's just crazy. But it's not crazy because it's like it's a dream world. If we're all on at least the earth frequency, at least we can all vibrate in our own frequency, but we're at least on the earth frequency while we're here. That's its own connection in its own way. Yeah, I just have to share that. Don't doubt it. If you feel like it's a little like crazy wonky or how it started or whatever, I just have to come right because that makes me cry like, oh my God, like I am right. I do know. And that, like I said, it can tell a lot about people's characters and energies. If they're doing this, is how, look, that's also for me. I'm not to lie with you about this. I'm like, shit, that's just how it works because that's who I am in real life. Shay. But that has been my self journey talk. Let's see. Yeah. I'm so excited. But yeah, love you guys. Love yourselves more. Until next time, here with the sun setting, and yeah.